going, folks? It's xSmith coming to y'all with another video, another hot topic. It's only my second video, but I love talking about the NBA, NBA 2K, NCAA. I think basketball just year round is always a hot topic, even in the off season. With free agency, the draft lottery, with trades, even the off season. The regular season with the trade deadline. There's just basketball is just always a hot topic, and I love debating and I love talking about it. So that's why I made this channel. Even forgot to put March Madness in that equation. Basketball is a hot topic. All right. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about the great MJ versus LeBron debate. All right. This is a timeless debate. I think it's gonna be a hot topic for years. I think a lot of people, when they argue this topic, when they get in debates about this topic, they use more emotion than facts. All right. And I feel like with a debate, you have to come with facts. You can't just say, for instance, oh, Jordan is better than LeBron. LeBron can never be better than Jordan. You can't just say that in an argument. You have to come with factual evidence. Okay. And that's what this video is going to come with. Factual evidence. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. I want to start off by saying I am a fan of both guys, all right? I'm a fan of both MJ and LeBron. Two iconic guys in their eras. Two of the greatest of all time. You just can't deny that. Okay, they're even if they're both not 1 and 2 respectively, both have to at least be in your top 5 all time. Okay, that's just kind of a basketball fact there. I want to go ahead and talk about Jordan. I'll go ahead and do both of their early years. Okay, we talk about each of these two guys in their early years. All right, there's a little bit of similarities and differences. Both of them, right off the bat, were dominant forces when they both came in the league. Jordan spent 3 years in college. LeBron came straight from high school. All right, he came straight from the playground, straight from grade school to the league and dominated. All right, so Jordan was 21, LeBron was 18 when they made their NBA debuts. All right, so excuse me. All right, but when you look at the success each of these guys had, all right, you look at Jordan in his first years, in his first season, I don't even think they made the playoffs. I know for a fact LeBron's first season, he didn't make the playoffs. But you talk about year 2, year 3, and year 4. LeBron definitely had more success, more team success. Now, I'm not talking about, neither one of them got a championship. All right, neither one of them got a championship in their first 3 or 4 years. Jordan struggled a lot more. Jordan's teams, I would say both their teams were about the same, but LeBron had more success. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron first got there. They had nothing. All right. Now it's the same thing with Chicago and Jordan, but Cleveland they had Dejan Wagner, okay, Carlos Boozer. He left after LeBron's rookie season. But that's about it. LeBron got there, and that team was in bad shape. Okay. And he was still successful. Ever since his second season, I remember his first playoff game, he had a triple-double. And from then on, it was history. All right, he had success in his early years. And here's the deal, it hurt him. A lot of people don't know this, but it hurt him bad being so successful as a 19-year-old, taking your team to the playoffs, or a 20-year-old, 19 to 20-year-old, leading your team deep in the playoffs every year up until he left Cleveland. I'm going to end there with that segment. But it actually hurt him. How I say that is, if your team is bad, we all know you get to be in the draft lottery and get a good draft pick and hopefully change your fortunes. All right. In 1987, the Chicago Bulls selected Scottie Pippen with the 5th overall pick. That means the previous year they were so bad that they were able to get the 5th pick. LeBron never had that. He never had that blessing in Cleveland. I think the highest pick they got was Sagana Diop with the 9th pick in '04, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think I'm actually right. But let's just say he would have been terrible. All right, that was in Jordan's 4th season that he finally got Scotty. Let's look at LeBron's 4th season. In 2007, he was taking his team to the finals. All right, and in 2007, you know who came in the league in that draft, in that 2007 draft? It was KD. All right, let's just say LeBron was so bad that the Cavs got the 2nd pick. Imagine having LeBron and KD on the same team. LeBron would have never had to leave Cleveland. All right, he would have never had to leave Cleveland. He didn't have a superstar to go to bat with him every night like Jordan did. You look at Jordan and Scottie. All right, Scottie Pippen. The equivalent of a Scottie Pippen today is probably Kawhi Leonard or maybe Paul George. Now, I mean, even one of those two guys, if LeBron ever had one of them, he would have never had to leave Cleveland. All right, the best player he ever had in Cleveland was maybe Mo Williams or Larry Hughes. I mean, he didn't have another legitimate superstar there with him every night, to help take some of the load off of him. All right, I mean, and just go for y'all. For those who have forgotten, go look at the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals, please. All right, let's move on with the video. Okay, now Jordan, I want to talk about his finals appearances. I want to look at all the teams he faced in the finals. I'm going to go through that really briefly. We're going to look at the 91 Lakers. That's the team he faced in his first finals. And just a little FYI. Jordan never beat Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Magic, Kareem. He didn't beat any of those guys in their primes. He beat them. He beat Isaiah and Magic in the same year when I'm not going to say they were done, but they were past their primes. These guys were no longer who they once were in the 80s. In the 80s, Jordan never touched them. All right, never came close. Now he did. Now I'm not gonna say he never came close. He came close in the late '80s against the Detroit Pistons, but still he failed. All right, with Scottie. Okay. Now, I think Scottie Pippen's first All-Star selection was in '91, so that's when he finally got an All-Star, or Scottie developed into one. Okay, you look at the '91 Lakers. Either way, look at the '91 Lakers. You got Magic Johnson. James Worthy was hurt. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had already retired at that point. They had Vlade Divac, and yeah, I know Vlade Divac's a good center, but he is not near Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not even close. Not even one of the best centers of all time. All right, good ambassador for the game, good international player, but not one of the best of all time. All right, okay. And just a little side note. We all know the big announcement Magic Johnson made 4 months later after that NBA Finals. He did end up retiring after that announcement. And who's to say that situation didn't affect him on the court? I don't know if it did, but either way, that was a watered down Lakers team that LeBron faced. That team was watered down. All right, that wasn't Showtime Lakers. Excuse me, that Jordan faced. That was not the Showtime Lakers of the 80s. Now we move on to 92. He faced the Portland Trailblazers. He was the clear favorite in that series. With Clyde Drexler and Cliff Robinson and those guys, Terry Porter, he was still the favorite. All right. 93. A Charles Barkley-led Phoenix Suns. I think that's one of the worst finals teams of all time. Now some may argue. Now, the worst finals team of all time is the 01 76ers with Allen Iverson. I know that, but still, that is still one of the worst finals teams of all time. All right, go look at that starting 5. Okay. All right, now you move on to 96. And another side note, nobody ever talks about the 94-95 season when the Bulls got demolished by Shaq in the first round. Everybody wants to just forget about that and throw those tapes away. All right, but that's another point that I'm going to bring up. That's another fact I'm going to bring up in this. All right, But anyway, the 96 NBA Finals, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp led Phoenix Suns. Okay, he was the clear favorite in that series. The Bulls were better. The Bulls were a better team. All right. 97, 98, he was the favorite in those series too. With Stockton, Malone, Jerry Sloan, and all those guys, he was the clear favorite. Now, one of the guys, and I just want to say, LeBron, in probably more than half of his NBA Finals appearances, more than half of them. No, I'd say exactly half. He went to the finals in 07, 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, for the last 7 years. All right. And from 2005, all the Golden State Warriors teams he faced, he was the underdog. All right, we can all say that the 73 win team, the team with KD, and even when Steph Curry first got to the finals, when his first finals win, LeBron was the underdog. Okay, all right, because he, in that finals, in that 2015 finals, he faced Steph Curry and all those guys. Matthew Dellavedova was the second best player. All right, so we can all agree that it is a basketball fact that in 2007, 2015, 16, and 17, LeBron was the underdog, and he's going to be the underdog again this year. Jordan never had that obstacle. I'm not saying he didn't have his own share of adversity in his career, but he was never the underdog in these finals appearances that you guys like to severely highlight, okay? Now, in the 4 finals that LeBron was, the favorite, he won 3 out of 4 of those, okay? Now, if you want to blame him for the 2011 finals loss against the Dallas Mavericks, that is the one kink in LeBron's armor. I will agree with you all day, every day on that, all right? But these are facts here. None of the teams Jordan faced were even close to even, I would say, the 2012 OKC Thunder. With KD, Harden, Westbrook, Ibaka. Jordan never faced a team on that level. Now, I do know that those guys weren't in their primes yet. We know what they eventually become. But still, they were still some young studs. All right? Jordan never faced a team. Never faced a three-headed dragon like that. A three-headed dragon like KD, Steph, Clay. All right? In 4 of LeBron's finals appearances, he was the underdog. In 2 of those, the severe underdog. The no chance. Never was the case with Jordan. And I don't understand with people how they knock LeBron for getting to the finals and losing, but they don't knock Michael Jordan for losing in the first round. Does that make any sense? That doesn't make a lick of sense to me. That doesn't make a lick of sense in it. Now, everybody says, oh, that's the final stage. That's when it matters. But when you're talking about the greatest of all time, does it not all matter? It all matters. Everything. From day one. Well, it's not fair. LeBron came out of high school and he got a head start. So you want to knock him for coming out, for being ready at 18? People need to attack. When you come at this debate, you have to use facts. Use facts. Don't just come with your emotions. Come with your facts. Now, with all that evidence, when you take into account who they faced in the finals, the teams they were on, and I also want to bring up another point that people leave out. You remember when LeBron made the decision to go to Miami and all that? Let's look at the gaping hole that he left in Cleveland. All right, Cleveland didn't lose him in a trade or anything like that. LeBron was simply taken off the roster. He just left the roster. Okay, they didn't get anything in return for him. Okay, they were the best team in the league when he was on the previous year. The very next year, they were the worst. They were dead last. That was when Cleveland could finally get a good draft pick. They could finally get, they finally got a first overall pick, Kyrie Irving. All right? When he left. Now let's go back to when Jordan left, when Jordan retired, and after the 93 season. Okay? The very next year, the Bulls made it to the conference finals. They only won 2 less games, and they would have made the finals. They actually would have made the finals. All right. Now, some people say that was the worst call of all time. I think they took it all the way to Game 7. I mean, against I think it was the New York Knicks. Yeah, it was the New York Knicks. They took it all the way to Game 7. I mean, that's how good that Bulls team was. Now you add Jordan to that equation, they're just a complete dominant team. So LeBron never had that luxury. Okay? Look at the gaping hole that LeBron left, and look at the hole Jordan left. His team was way more successful without him. Without LeBron, you see what happened to the Cavs. They went back to nothing. Every time LeBron left, they go to nothing. That's a basketball fact. That is a fact. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, you come at me with something, a basketball fact, or even come at me with your opinion, and I will always come back at you with a fact. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna make another video actually right now, probably about the NBA draft, what I think about the draft prospects. Just be ready and be on the lookout for that next video.